Tyler will count us in and tell us all about it. And we're live.
He'll intro.
Y'all ready?
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey guys, welcome back to the How to Barbecue Right Q&A monthly podcast. How's it going, Craig and Malcolm?
What's up, Tyler?
What's up, TikTok? It's been a great day already.
Man, it has. We've had a fun day. Craig, the barbecue ninja himself, has joined us up here in Hernando. He drove up from Cleveland, Mississippi.
Old Ho Town.
And you got here right when I think you stopped the rain. I was worried because I told you he's going to come up. We're going to shoot some TikTok videos.
Yeah.
We're going to do this live, hanging out, drink a few Miller Lights.
Heck yeah.
The rain had us.
The sunshine.
The rain had us blocked. It was like there's no way. So we went to the Hernando's Hidden Gem today, La Siesta, getting our pregame on for pregame on for Cinco.
Day
Malcom.
Malcolm and May.
And so we shot a little videos while we were eating what we ordered, having a margarita, having a michelada. And then the sun came out, Craig, and I said, let's go shoot some TikToks at the house real quick. So we knocked out those, and now we're back up here going live, Tyler.
Huge productive day.
And we are slowly letting everybody get into the chat. There's already a good bit of people in here. What's up, Jeff Polanski? He says, what up, Malcolm Reed?
What is up? How y'all like this new retro smoking in the USA can cooler?
Hey,
I'm not even calling this one a koozie. They didn't call them koozies back in the day when you made them out of foam like this.
that's awesome.
What did they call them?
Can coolers.
Can coolers.
I would get these at Spring River, and they had a rope attached to it. And you could go down Spring River, hit all the rapids, go through Dead Man's Curve, and you never lose your beer because it was on a rope around your neck, and it was swinging Miller Lights the whole time.
Sounds like it could end badly.
Oh, it did.
Those are the best. I mean, you go to the lake.
Have you ever been to the river, the lake, or the?
Oh yeah.
You know, with the retro can koozie.
Every time I go, we've got those, and we're gonna have them because that's what's gonna keep beer cold.
The foam.
I mean, I love this and the fact that your face is on this, and it says "Life's too short to cook bad barbecue" because there couldn't be a better quote.
That's right.
But this is not going to keep a beer cold like that.
Like the foam. Now, I don't know what's going to do. This bottle's half of it's exposed, but well,
you're
below the tea is going to be good and cold on these.
Yeah.
You're not giving it a chance to get warm. That's for sure.
What's up, Bill Copta? Is a top fan. He says, "What's up, guys?"
What's happening, Bill?
What's up?
So we got the TV rolling tonight. We can see this chat rocking with.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I should have got me some better contacts.
Dark Mullins in
Your
the house.
age is
What's
showing.
up,
We're
Dirty
seeing them
D?
now. Vince and Paul and Sean and Jay.
Jamie says he's going to be cooking the
Eric?
mac rib sandwich this weekend.
Hey, you're not going to go wrong with the mac rib sandwich. It ain't no sandwich.
Oh, my boy Justin West in
sandwich.
the house. Here's to you.
Cold beer, Craig.
That mac rib looks so good, man.
It was, and I hated you missed that one, Tyler, because you were not at the house.
I was steadily trying, y'all. I was texting. I was like, hey, but it was fine. Mark was there helping y'all. It was good.
We always need help filming.
Mark snuck it in, though. That's what happened.
So we took a whole rack of Compart Durocs. To get the bones to pop, I cut a little slit beside them and then smoked them, just regular old, competition style, Craig, like we do what we do. And then right at the end, I popped those bones out and put it on a big old toasted French loaf of bread.
Shut your mouth.
And then smothered it with like onions, pickles, and barbecue sauce.
As you would say.
It was.
What?
What?
Man, you talking fat boy language.
Yeah,
there.
it was.
I
It was. It was. It would hurt you.
About that.
What's up, James Lloyd from Ontario? How's it going, man?
So, Tyler, what are we? I know we're hanging out. Hope everybody's got them a cold beverage of your choice. It could be loaded. It could be unloaded.
Let's start out with a cheers, man.
Cheers.
Cheers to everybody in the audience, no matter what you're drinking.
Cheers. That's right.
Cheers.
Yep.
Get your Kool-Aid going. We got these gold tops.
Pretty Michelle.
These Miller Lite gold tops is what our choice beer is tonight. But,
I've seen several questions asking if you guys are going to be at Memphis in May this year.
we are. We're on the countdown. Actually, load-in starts for us next Saturday. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday, May the – what day is that? That's the 8th?
The 8th,
I think it's the 8th,
Wow.
yeah.
Man, May is here. Saturday's
it
May the 1st.
Right.
Yeah,
Right,
it
yeah.
starts next week, and then we'll be firing them up that Thursday. We're gonna be cooking stuff on Thursday, Friday. The rib contest on Saturday.
Craig, are you cooking with
He's not cooking.
this year?
Yeah, you know,
No, you're
Memphis
not.
in May is
Don't
going to
say
be a
that.
little bit different for me this year. You know, now I'm probably going to be corporate Craig there.
They told him he couldn't wear the bandana.
Yeah,
He had to get some regular glasses. He can't look like
no
he had
fun.
to straighten
Got to
up.
shave his beard.
He may have to shave.
That's a deal breaker.
Yeah, deal breaker. You're gonna have to employ me then because I'm done.
I got room on the boat, Craig. We're in no shave policy here.
I love it.
We respect no shave November.
You know, I'll be
year-round.
there. Home, U-Bonds will be home base. You know, like they always are. That's the family, and of course y'all are usually right around the corner. But yeah, a little different this year. I'll be repping and working for Royal Oak and be there to support you and the rest of our ambassadors and teams and you know, floating around there getting some content and stuff. But you know, U-Bonds will be home base and be, you know.
I know you're gonna have a lot of teams at Memphis in May.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Hanks,
Yeah.
Heath, U-Bonds, us, Sugar Fire,
Yeah.
Taxi Guys.
Taxi
Who
Guys.
else is a
Oh,
Royal Oak
gosh,
team off the
man.
top of your head?
I
I know there's a bunch more. That's just the ones.
yeah,
that I
there
personally
really
know.
is. There's a bunch more, and I need a list in front of me right now. But
Yeah.
that final list.
Shout outs. We will see y'all on the river starting next weekend.
Definitely will. And,
Memphis in May is one of those contests where it's not a show up, fire the pits up, and start cooking. You set up the week before.
Mhm.
Like the contest is on one Saturday, we start setting up the previous Saturday.
Yeah.
And then we'll fire up, do some practice cooks, feed some folks. It's going to be a little different this year with, you know,
It will.
the COVID regulations and all that. But things are coming out, you know.
Right.
So I think it's going to be a fun time. And if you're planning on going, go ahead and get you a ticket
Right.
because they're not going to sell them at the gate. But you can come and enjoy and have a good time.
Well, I mean, you know, for guys like yourself and me, it's a big family reunion. You know,
Get to see all our buddies, man. We didn't get to see
Right.
nobody last year. It's
Right.
been way too long. It's
It has.
24 months since we've been down there hanging out. That's a long time.
I'm ready to see that sunset over the Mississippi River.
Mhm.
What?
That's nice.
There's nothing like it. I mean, there's nothing like. I've been to what? I've been I've been to contests all over this nation, and seeing that sunset over the Mississippi River at
That's a
Memphis
setting,
in May,
yeah.
there is nothing, zero.
It's a
like it.
pain in the butt, but once you're down there, it's fun.
Right.
This is a great question. We just talked about this week. Gary says that he's an RV owner. He's interested in smoking barbecue and he's looking for a small portable pellet grill
Wow.
or a small water smoker. But
I would.
I'd go pellet.
So yeah, we just got them in the Rangers.
Yeah.
Those Traeger Rangers. Man, you talk about now. It's perfect. You just want to cook one butt or a flat. Maybe 2 racks of ribs cut down a little bit, but
It's got that flat top
it's
attached.
like
too.
a big briefcase. I mean, you can cook breakfast on it because with the flat top, you can grill, you can cook steaks, you can cook burgers, low and slow. It'll run. I've ran it from 225 all the way up to 500.
Mhm.
So it's a cooking machine. So check out the Ranger. Other than that, I'm trying to think of one. I think the Grilla Chimp has the legs that fold down.
Yes. Yes,
And
it
it's
does.
pretty compact. If I had to go something other than that, I'd probably do like charcoal grill and go PK Go or something like that too.
Right. But I tell you what,
I wouldn't probably mess with a water smoker if I was in an
No.
RV just because of the cleanup.
Yeah. And if you could fit a drum smoker anywhere, you know,
Yeah.
parcel
Man.
of that, you know.
You ain't
That's
gonna
not
beat
very
that.
travel.
Yeah.
It's not. But I tell you what, it will
It's
fit.
a flat cooker though.
It'll fit perfect in the back of a Tahoe.
You haul yours around,
Because
yeah.
I brought it up to Mossy Oak, my short rib drum smoker,
Yeah.
and I've drove back from Texas with it in the back of a Tahoe. So
That's right.
those things are light and they can get around. But like you said, that Ranger you got out there, that's a pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you're traveling like that, you have power, but you don't want to haul a bunch of accessories or coal or have ash buckets and water dumps and all that. Pellet grill's a good choice.
That's why that Traeger
And
Ranger
you
is
can
so
run.
good.
Yeah.
Because you got all the attachments and stuff, so you could literally
right. Do whatever you
basically
want.
make whatever you wanted to. Maybe not a
And-
whole brisket, but
They make so much different smoking pellets. They've got charcoal pellets coming out supposedly.
somebody was just asking about that if Royal Oak was going to release something like that. So
I don't know. We'll have to ask Craig, see what he can say.
Well, we're in the RD, and there's always the possibility and chance of something
But
like
there
that
might
happening.
be something coming, huh?
Yeah, there is.
You didn't hear it from me.
No, me either. But there's always
Unofficially, I would say they're going to do something.
Well,
If I had to guess.
we are. It is. I'll put it this way: it's a very fast growing
Yeah.
part of the market that we would like to be in.
Big Blue, the biggest competitor, just came out with some. They come out with pellets. They contacted me, want to try them. I said, no, I'm probably going to ride this Royal Oak thing out.
It's a pretty good gig for
Pretty
you.
good gig, yeah. I like Royal Oak.
Yeah, well, you're part of the family.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah, but he cooked on Royal Oak.
Way before I was ever part of any
right.
kind of
right,
family.
right. I tell folks,
Except the Reed family.
Yeah. I tell folks, my dad actually cooked with Old Diaz back when
Old
I was a kid.
Diaz. That was a Royal Oak.
Diaz, I remember
That's a Royal
that.
Oak product, though.
Right.
Old Diaz.
Is it?
If you was in Mississippi, you had Old Diaz.
You did. And that's what my dad
Get
did.
it at the Piggly Wiggly. Old Diaz. Do you remember Old Diaz?
Yeah, that's what my dad cooked on.
Probably got it at the Piggly Wiggly. didn't you?
Exactly.
Big star.
Big star, yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right. Our first fan pick question, and this is just straight up from Facebook from the How to Barbecue Right page. He says, Malcolm Reed, talk about how to develop a sauce and rub and perfect it.
Well, the best way to perfect it that we did was go out and use it in contests and see how it compared to everybody else's. I mean, starting at them, you can start with the base recipe. I mean, in one book I recommend all the time is Paul Kirk's Championship Rubs and Sauces. Is that the official? I think that's the
Yeah,
official
it's
name.
Paul Kirk's championship rub, sauces, marinades,
And more,
yeah.
whatever. But it's got the basis of what it takes to build a barbecue sauce or barbecue rub, different types and all that. And it kind of, I mean, if you think about it, all the different barbecue rubs and sauces out there start somewhere.
Yep.
And that most of them have the same foundation depending on which way you want to take them, whether it's brown sugar, vinegar, some kind of ketchup, tomato product. That's how you build your sauces, and they get to where you want them by your flavors you put in them. And a lot of it is personal choice and taste, but to prove them, to see if people are going to like them, get out there and compete with it and see what the judges, see what they react compared to what else is out there. That's how we do it ours.
Because your friends are going to go, ooh, that's
Every
good.
friend's going to tell you that.
Yeah.
Until you starting to get paid and you win something and beating somebody else using somebody else, and then they're wanting to use what you're using, and you start selling that to them because it was good, and that's how you do it. That's how I did it.
Kind of like we talked about with Nick Mangold on the podcast. A
Yeah.
little bit. Just
Exactly.
get it out
exactly.
there. Get people.
You
that
got to
aren't your
get it
friends.
out there. You got to start. I mean, it's one thing if you can make a gallon of it and everybody tell you, oh, you cook this, it's the best barbecues out there. But until you can move it and get some honest feedback, somebody's paid you for it, or you've won something with it, that's what's tough. I mean, that's what makes it hard. I mean, there's a bunch of great sauces out there that people don't even know about.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, they just hadn't had, the breaks, or they're not proven and tested. I've tasted some of the best sauces I've ever had. People just brought up to me in a jar. It's like, taste this. I was like, man, what the heck is this? It's like, man, it's my granddaddy's recipe or something. That's the way we make barbecue sauce. And you never would have tried anything like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I tell you, people get that product out there, and you see them hit the comp trail,
yeah.
and they're burning it up. Be it a rub or be it a
Yeah,
sauce,
sauce,
they're
that's
out
right.
there hustling. They're out there, getting their name out
Mhm.
there. Of course, social media now gives you an avenue to be able to.
Do your best
to
on
establish
advertising
it,
now.
yeah.
That's right.
Right. I
Yeah,
mean,
but
Advertising
You
don't
still gotta
cost
work it,
anything, but
yeah.
you got to work it. Yeah,
You
do.
gotta work it.
you do.
that's right.
And,
And it's got to be a good product too.
Yeah, it does, and you got to put yourself out there,
Yep.
and you got to hustle. That's what it's all about. It's about the hustle.
Connor wants to know, how does he introduce a cast iron into a smoker? Does he do lid on or lid off? Like a Dutch oven?
Like a Dutch oven.
Yeah.
Man, if I'll put it in my oven, I'll put it in my smoker. I don't, and I'm rough on my cast iron. If you don't abuse it as far as when you get through cooking in it, you put water in it and leave it. If you'll just cook in it and put it on heat, it does fine to me.
Yeah.
I do some of my best cooking in it, cooking fatty stuff, letting the grease build up. When I get ready to wash it, I wipe it out the best I can, run a little water in it, wipe all that out, put a little bit more oil in it, stick it on the stove or back on the grill, let it re-season, or put it in the oven and let it roll. It's so easy to take care of, as long as you don't let it sit with like water in it in the sink. That's
Right.
the worst thing you can do.
And I mean, in the cast iron too is I've done like that breakfast casserole at Mossy Oak in a cast iron,
Yeah.
and it's so versatile too, and so you can do it with the
It can take the high heat.
the
It can take
Dutch
the low heat.
oven. Yeah, you can do it all the way down. They actually have a cast iron pizza, flat
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
that you can use too. So
If I'm putting
love
mine in my
cast
smoke, I mean,
love cast.
they're made for low heat. I mean, you think about them, most of those Dutch ovens, you're supposed to set them on some hot coals and then put hot coals on the lid.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't think they can take the heat of a smoker,
I think. Well, do you do lid on or lid off, or how do you know when to do when?
it depends on what I'm
you're
doing. If I'm
cooking,
wanting to get some smoke, on it, I'll go lid off. But if I'm wanting to braise or like cook it down, I'll leave the lid on, let the steam, let all that pressure build up and really break something down.
Or do both.
Or do
Get smoke-
both, yeah.
Get
yeah.
smoke on it early, and
And
then
then put the lid on it and finish it off.
Yeah.
And when it gets
Braise
done,
it down.
I mean, you got to think if you got the lid off, if you got some liquid in there and you're worried about trying to cook something like in a broth or braise it down, you got the lid off. All the it's getting hot and it's evaporating. It's cooking down. It's reducing. It's concentrating flavors, but it's reducing down. If you got the lid on, it's trapping it in there, so you keep your moisture in there. But I don't, as far as when to introduce it, don't be scared to put it on some heat.
Right.
That's what they're made for.
Yeah, that's what they're made
Yeah.
for.
All right. So a second community question for you. This is going to be Victor Ordaz. He's in the Let's Get to Cookin' How to Barbecue Right community page.
Love the community page.
Heck yeah. He wants to know. He knows this is blasphemy.
Boiling, is he boiling ribs? That's what I was.
All right, it's going to be a gas grill question, or
But do you ever see yourself doing a grilling video using a gas grill?
I know.
I've done them. Yeah, I've done them. I don't have a gas grill right now.
You gave it away.
I gave it away.
Good.
I gave it to down to March. There's
Good.
nothing wrong with gas
Hey,
grills.
I mean, you're taking.
I've cooked on them. I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong with them.
We did a video on he cooked ribs on a gas grill, and the whole time we're doing it, I'm like, oh God, those ribs look so good. I couldn't wait to get those ribs.
Yeah.
And then I took a bite, and I mean, they were tender and stuff, but
I might as well cook them in the oven.
Yep.
Right.
Some
It's
people
kinda
like it. I guess it's
disappointing.
easy. It's
Yeah.
easy to turn it on.
That's what I get is the time. Is the time, I don't have the time to wait. But,
Mhm.
with like lump charcoal and tumbleweeds, I mean, that's 10, 15 minutes. And you
I
go
get
out
it.
there, you light it up, boom, and then you go prep your stuff and you come back out and it's ready.
I mean, if I had to guess, I would say the propane grill market is probably way bigger than the charcoal grill market. If you go to the high end stores and what people are putting in built in kitchens, they're always putting these fancy gas grills. But as far as flavor and cooking on them, man, you give me a good old Weber kettle or something.
Right.
Some
Little
some
Smoky
charcoal.
Junior.
Yeah, heck yeah.
It's
We'll beat it any day. But I mean, they look cool and they work.
That's why pellet
Will I
grills are
do any
taking off.
more? Maybe.
it goes back to the pellet thing. I mean, it's convenience, it's ease of use, it's all that.
and
But
you get the flavor.
right.
What was the last one I did? I would say if I had to bet,
Pellet or
it was
gas?
comparing a Weber Genesis gas grill to cooking on a Traeger grill, and I did a ribeye or porterhouse steak or something like that, trying to show which one seared better or whatever it was, and they were tit for tat. I mean, the flavor wise, I didn't get. I mean, with the gas grill cooking steak, yeah. With the Weber cooking steak, yeah. Will any of them beat some charcoal? No.
It's not going.
Yeah.
It's not going.
I don't even know what I did with that Weber grill. Do you remember? I give it.
You mean the Napoleon?
No, I know what I did with that one. That's
Oh,
not
you
the
took
Weber.
it to a firehouse.
Oh yeah, you sure?
Yeah.
The Weber. Oh. Donated fireman.
TikTok, are we gonna have a refill beer commercial break or something?
No, you just
We
say,
pop them right in the camera.
Shell.
Oh,
Bear me.
hey! All right, here we go.
Got to make sure to get it
While
right up next to the
while you're
right
down
up
in
next to the
there.
microphone.
While
There you go.
you're down in there, Shell. Yeah, you got to.
Shh.
Any
Pop is
tips?
good.
Any tips for cooking shrimp on the grill?
Yeah. Depending on what temperature you're cooking them at, they grill fast. So if I'm grilling shrimp over direct heat, it's usually 1.5 to 2 minutes per side. If it's, I'm talking about a medium high grill, chimney full of coals spread out in a grill. If I'm cooking them on a pellet grill, I usually run it about 275, 300, and it takes about 25 minutes. I watch them until those shrimp start to turn kind of that opaque color where they lose the translucentness, where you can't, where they're white. That's the best thing. And overcooked shrimp is the worst, but The easiest way is 1.5, 2 minutes. Flip it 1.5, 2 minutes. Take it off the heat. They're done.
I like to have
People overcook the crap out of shrimp. I don't know why. They're so easy to cook.
I like to have like a butter lemon.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a big fan of the your king crawl
Yep.
in that butter and lemon, and just
Easy,
brush it on. Brush it on when you turn it, and that gives the moisture to it. And
I'm gonna tell you this
it's
right
great.
now. Go get you 1 pound
right now,
of shrimp.
Right now.
Peel, devein, tail still on. Peel, devein, tail still on, raw shrimp. Season them with the king crawl. Get you 1 stick of butter, cut it up into pats, chop you up about 4 or 5 garlic cloves, spread over that butter. Put all that in an iron skillet and then stick it on a pellet grill about 300, 325 degrees. Put some parsley over the top, squeeze some lemon over it. Stick it on there 10 minutes, stir it around, come back, check on it 10 minutes, stir it around a little more, and in 5 to 10 more minutes, it's completely done, and those shrimp will be perfect. And the juice that's in the bottom of that pan, get you some French bread and dip them in that and eat those shrimp. It's some of the best shrimp you ever ate in your life.
You know
Easy.
why? Because life's too short to cook.
We showed how many people have we showed to cook shrimp like that? Because Shell will take them and cook them like that, and then have some pasta with like a Alfredo or a cream sauce on the side. Then she'll toss those smoked grilled shrimp in with the pasta and serve it, and people just go crazy over it.
That's my go-to vacation meal.
Yeah, vacation. Like we go to the beach. That's what we're going to get some fresh shrimp. We're going to do that, whether we do it in the oven or on a grill outside or whatever. But we've taught more people to cook that dish, and people will say, "Man, people rave over my shrimp," and it's the easiest thing in the world to cook.
I do actually one where I'll cook them, in a cast iron with garlic, and I'll put butter, lemon, and I'll actually use some Ubon's Bloody Mary mix and put in there and make like a barbecue
that's
shrimp
interesting.
with the Bloody Mary mix
I like
in there.
that.
And of course, you get the French bread and you grill that too with garlic, and you dip into that juice that's made with the Bloody Mary and lemon and butter.
I'm writing that on my list, Craig.
Ubon's. I'll come and do it on your YouTube page with you.
Yep, that's what I'm writing down right here.
Yeah,
I like the way that sounds.
It's good. It's really good.
Butter, Worcestershire, Ubon's, and shrimp and lemons.
Yeah, that the thing about that Bloody Mary mix, it's got everything in there. I mean, it's got all the seasonings. It's got the deal. It's
Ready
got
to
the
roll.
garlic. Yeah, and it's good.
I'm gonna hear you.
That does sound good.
Making me hungry, Craig. We need to
Anytime
find
you
somebody
talk
to eat
about
after this.
dipping bread back into
in some
butter.
shrimp
Well,
essence up.
anything.
I mean, look at me, biscuits, bread. I mean,
Mississippi.
that's, that's the basic
We like
body.
to run something back through some kind of juice or something. Just a dab.
So Mark Rogers over on Twitter, he wants to know: have you ever played around using sous vide in combinations with your grills and smokers? If so, what was your favorite experiment?
Mark,
Sue who?
Sue
who? That I may have to defer that question to you.
I'm not a fan of the sous vide. I mean, I know it's got its place. It works great in the restaurant industry. If you're, cooking a couple steaks for you and your wife, you're sous vide at home, you probably can't cook. That's flat out. Mark Williams has tried to fool me with them.
I've never
more times than not. He's like, "Man, I can cook a sous vide steak better than you can cook a steak. I'll cook, I'll grill you one, and I'll sous vide you one, and sear it off, and we'll do all this." And and I was like, "Bring it on every time." Every time I picked out the sous vide steak, and I can go to a restaurant. I can tell you when the restaurant's sous vide them. It's just it's not the same as cooking over fire. Now, if you're cooking 40, 50 steaks, you got to cook them at different temperatures. You're trying to get them all out in a reasonable amount of time. There's a place for it.
Of course.
But, I mean, if you're doing that at home, I just don't get it. I mean, I know they make the homemade immersion circulators and all that stuff, and I just, I don't know, man.
Where did y'all do that on Out the Smoke?
Yeah, we did that on Out the Smoke. Yeah.
I've never sous vide size.
Oh, you can do all kinds of stuff in sous vide. I can boil all kinds of stuff too and cook stuff in the microwave. My microwave come with directions to cook a turkey. To cook a turkey in the microwave. Can you imagine that? How great it would be? You think I did it? Hell no.
Hell no.
That's the way I feel about. Is that bad?
No, I mean it's not bad. I
You're
mean,
entitled to your own opinion.
Entitled to my own opinion.
But I mean,
can cook a turkey in
it's
my
like-
crock pot.
Yeah, I mean, if you cook a great steak over charcoal, why
big-ass
would
crock
you
pot.
Yeah.
put it in some warm water
Crock
to
vat?
boil it? I mean, I don't know. It's just, I'm not a sous vide guy.
Well, you're holding it at 120 degrees, and you can cook it for 4 hours in there. And
Now I do see somebody here that Chris that said something about sous vide is great for reheating stuff.
I
mean,
can
I
see
can see
that.
I get that.
I can see that. I get that. You
Oh
know?
no, I mean it has an
But
application.
I do that all the time. Vacuum seal pulled pork, boil a pot of water, cut it off, drop it in there, let it come back up.
It's the same.
It
but
has
different.
its place.
It's the
It
same but
does.
different.
It has its
Yeah.
place, and it's for a restaurant plan where they put up a reheating guideline or a cooking guideline. And I don't want to get caught up in sous vide. Shell's hurting me. She knows I'll get on this high horse.
What's up,
And
Will?
everybody that tells me they can outcook me with sous vide, I say bring it on.
Big boys cooking
Brad
through
wants
in
to
the house.
know.
Let's sous vide a hog, see what it turns out like.
Brad wants to know how. This is a good question. How often do you clean your smokers?
Depends on what smoker.
Every week.
Yeah.
Well, you pay someone. You've got
No,
Jake.
It's very important to clean your grills and smokers. I mean, I'm like everybody else. You cook a few times. You don't feel like cleaning it every single time, but you at least need to get the ashes out, knock your racks off, clean your racks. You don't want to start cooking on dirty racks because that transfers over to your food.
Yeah.
Now, as far as degreasing them and trying to scrape every bit of baked on goodness off the sides of them, I do that very regularly. It just depends on if it needs it. Like so pellet grills, for instance, you don't want the corrosion or the cooked on goodness to be all over the thermometers, and so you got to clean that off. But I'm always vacuuming them out. I'm always rechecking the grease pans or relining the diverter with foil, trying to keep them clean and cleaning the rack. So basic maintenance all the time. Hard breakdowns, maybe after every 10 or 12 cooks, maybe but get the ash out. That's important thing.
Well, I mean, 2 pellets, you have to clean a little bit more because you don't want the build up.
Cause backfires, all that.
Backfires and stuff. Because I've actually had one kind of
So
trim my beard for me one time, but which having a pellet that
Get
has
too hot.
less ash, it burns hotter.
Getting the grease out and getting the ash out, that's the most important thing, cleaning the racks.
Right.
You should do that all the time.
Perfect.
And I try to do it right while the grill's hot. When I get through cooking, I go ahead and knock the racks off. If I'm spraying them, I'll spray them with cooking spray, grab some aluminum foil or onion or something like that, rub it all down while it's hot, get all that crud off there, and then let it cool down with the heat on it, and it'll seal that right back off so it's ready to roll.
Dirk, it's time to clean your drums. I see your question.
How long does he clean his drums?
He said I won 3 GCs on my drums and have never cleaned them.
Yikes.
I mean, I'm sure he dumps the ashes out, right?
You don't know Dirk, do you?
I mean, I ain't getting in there and scraping the sides of my drums,
Right,
but I'm
no.
cleaning off my thermometer and I'm getting all the ash and crud out of it,
Jared
I
asked.
clean the top because if you don't, you put that lid back down there, all that carbon will start falling off on your meat.
Right.
If you don't knock that off every once in a while. I've had it happen.
Jared asked that he bought 2 very lean briskets.
Ooh. We're talking like select grade, no fat.
He says they do
Run down
not
through
look
there?
like they have any fat on them, and he's a little nervous they might come out dry. It's very good.
Put some
You
smoke
can
on them.
Yeah, you can add moisture.
Wrap them up.
Yeah.
Add some extra beef tallow or some butter or something in there. When you wrap them up with full, don't butcher paper those.
No,
You're
you
gonna
can
lose
inject them
everything.
beforehand too.
You can inject them.
Add
Yeah.
moisture.
Some
that way.
phosphates.
Yeah,
You can get that back and then
Yeah.
cook them to their tender.
exactly.
So I have a question for you because Mikey was talking about this yesterday, so I want to hear.
What was it?
I want to hear the story. So you made a flaming Dr. Pepper a while back.
Oh,
I've been
God.
known to drink those.
Ooh, man, bad experience back in 1991 for
That's
me.
about my first bad experience
Oh
with them
my
too.
gosh!
And I
I
heard
got
that
slapped. I've never been slapped in my life drinking those things.
Daggone, what'd you do?
Oh,
made the wrong remark to this little chicken head. Evidently.
and he slapped you. A
No,
chicken
no.
head slapped a big
Oh,
boy
no,
like
it
you.
wasn't a man.
Whoa,
She was a little chicken head.
I got you.
So I heard your arm caught on fire. Do you remember this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That happened.
That was here.
That's
that was
crazy.
Here. That wasn't long ago. I mean, that's the chance you take when you playing with 151 in flames.
It was funny when he told me that because it brought me back to the TikTok, and I felt like you were
Yeah.
being super careful, and I didn't
Oh, yeah.
understand why at the time.
Oh no! So the bad thing is when you overfill that with the 151, you got to light it. It runs, and so it'll run down your hand. But you got to go. You think like you set it down at that point. You got to drop it and go. And if it gets on you, you just
He said you were still drinking it and hitting the bag.
it sings a little bit. No big deal. Don't try this at home though. I don't know where I learned that drink. It had to be.
Have you ever shot flaming Dr. Peppers and not catch yourself on fire? I mean, you really hadn't done that properly.
You get 12, 13 deep in them. You know?
13 was my record.
Yeah. You get 30. You end up waking out like you wake up and somebody's spaghetti
Skittles
pot
in your mouth or something.
Skittles in your mouth. Wake up your head, somebody's spaghetti pot, feet on the couch, everything else is laid out. It's bad. It's bad business.
Mama's tapping you on your shoulder.
Yeah, then you got to go to work.
Yeah.
That's no joke. That's no joke.
You don't want that.
Vic Daniels is the devil.
That just came out of nowhere.
Saul, too.
All right. So Hal Sands from Twitter, he wants to know what inspires your creative side to come up with y'all's recipes.
See question above. Flaming Dr. Pepper.
Flaming Dr. Pepper. It's Flaming Dr. Pepper inspires a lot. No. Man, I've always like loved cookbooks, recipe books.
Me too.
Been in the kitchen.
Same.
Grew up. My grandma was an awesome cook. My mom and dad are both awesome cooks.
Me too.
And it's just, I guess, a love of sharing with other people the food. And so that helps me create stuff. And I'm a big fan of cooking shows. Anything.
I like learning from other people, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
sharing.
and that's a cool thing with me and what I do with Royal Oak now, and being able to hook up with ambassadors like yourself or sponsor teams and travel the country and do videos about recipes and things like that. Because man, the whole time I'm learning.
Oh yeah.
I'm watching what somebody else is doing. I'm watching what they're cooking, and I'm like, how can I incorporate this with what I'm doing? And it really inspires me. And we're pork guys, from way back, and I've learned a lot about a brisket here in the last several years from these Texas guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what. I mean, it's just like they've learned pork from me. I went over there and cooked a whole hog for a bunch of buddies over there a month or two ago, and they wanted it was kind of wild to me, Malcolm. They were like, we don't know anything about a whole hog.
Yeah. My number one problem, Craig, is I love to eat.
Well,
so that's how I get inspired. If I wanted to cook good stuff and see it.
I'm an obvious. I'm an obvious product of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and there again, if you want to cook, if you want to eat good stuff, you're going to
learn
cook
to cook
good stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
And not rely on somebody else to do that for you.
That's right.
But learning from other people and picking up little tips and tricks along the way and implementing that in your recipes is what I really, really love about it most than anything.
Heck yeah.
So how do you get bacon when you wrap bacon around stuff? Specifically jalapeno poppers. How do you get the bacon crispy?
Flamethrower. I mean, are we really asking that question here with me here?
What does the flamethrower do to bacon wrap things?
It doesn't get crispy. Like in the sense of you think of like good crumbly melt in your mouth bacon, but you cook it enough to where it's browned over, kind of it's still pliable. The trick with the bacon on a jalapeno popper is use a thin bacon.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Use the cheapest bacon you can find.
Anything and then you overlap it to where it stays on. You don't have to toothpick it, but you wrap a thin layer. And you cook it at a higher temp. A lot of people, they'll put those on there and cook it at 225. That's not hot enough to cook bacon.
No.
You can put some smoke on it, but you got to ramp it up at the end to get that fat to brown up.
And you're probably like me. If you're going to cook a popper or bacon wrap anything, and somebody's going to pick up the bacon, you always say, get the cheapest bacon you can get. Don't get this thick cut Wright's bacon or thick cut.
I love Wright's bacon.
Yeah, love it.
But it's not good for wrapping stuff.
No, it's not. And you're not going to get it done.
It's the best breakfast bacon.
Yeah, that's a product that anybody Wright's wrapping bacon.
Wrapping bacon.
And they just cut it thin and it's perfectly cut. Because I hate buying thin bacon and it's the crappy pieces. Because, you try to open the window and look in there and see.
Right.
But it never fails. Like Tyler, we were doing those bacon wrap pickles and we went through a pack of bacon. I was like, man, I was cussing. This bacon's crap. It's all coming apart. It's more fatty. It's lean. You can't tell on the cheap bacon sometimes, so buy some extra.
Right.
But usually it's the Kroger, what's that Kroger brand? Heartland or whatever it is.
Heritage Farms.
Heritage Farms. Yeah, that's the bacon I buy.
Yeah.
$2.99 a pack.
I love bacon, by the way.
Man, I do too.
Do you remove the bark on wood?
Fixing to eat some.
I burn both. Now I don't like it to be all with the lichen. You know, it looks like it's got a fungus or something growing on it. But a good bark mixed in with my center cut wood, I'm all for it.
A little bark on
Yeah,
wood for
I
smoking.
like burning both. Yeah,
It's a little heavier smoke. It's
Yep,
a little,
it is.
little
You
heavier
get,
smoke.
you get a little
Yep.
more. Yep,
Not scared of it.
probably got a little more. I don't know, something besides wood in it, but it tastes good. I know some hickory and some pecan with a little bit of bark and some center cut pieces is good.
Exactly.
To me, if you just burn all barklets, you're just going one note on it. You're not getting.
So it's layers of flavor.
Yeah, layers flavor. I don't mind some. I don't want to burn all bark. I'm definitely not just burning the shells of bark that comes off of some of it. But if mine's got some bark on it, I want it.
Heck yeah.
Don't soak it. That's the number one thing. Do not soak your wood.
So coming from Matt Kanya, I think that's your last name. I'm sorry if I butchered that. He's going to Nashville over Memorial Weekend for the first time. Do you have any recommendations for the best barbecue there?
Go see Pat Martin's.
Pat Martin's barbecue and peg leg pork.
Oh yeah, Carrie peg leg.
Carrie Bringle.
See if he's got some of his whiskey too.
We got a bottle of that whiskey.
You know he's got a 15-year. It's
I
like,
thought that's what we had. We had
no,
10.
it's like $500 a fifth. We got the
5
8 year.
8 year.
It's like $80.
Yeah,
It's still it's really
really
good
good.
bourbon.
Yeah, both of them are great guys.
Those are my guys. Those are my guys in Nashville.
They have great barbecue and just better people than barbecue.
You can go to Biscuit Love.
Mm.
Get you some breakfast.
Damn.
Paul wants to know when he's going to get Shell's Mayo blind taste test.
We did it at
We
the
found
house.
a new challenge for it's the banana nays challenge.
Jeremy,
Sliced bananas, some mayo, and white bread. Shells down.
what's up,
I
Jeremy?
can't watch it, but she says she'll do it.
I did not say I would do it.
You gonna do it. You gonna do it. I know you gonna do it. You gonna do it.
We've had a lot of questions about chicken skin. We always get a lot of questions about chicken skin. How would you get crispy chicken skin when you're smoking?
Right here, come out.
I was finna say,
Flamethrower.
you-
Flamethrower.
No, you almost set me up. I was fixing to say, okay, this is real hard. You want to air dry it. You want to get some paper towel and get all the moisture off. Put it on a rack. Put it in the refrigerator. Let it get air dried. Then here's what you're gonna do.
Hit it with a
Here's what you're gonna
flamethrower.
do. Get you a big vat. You can put some peanut oil in it. You can put a fire under it. You can bring it up to about 350. You're gonna fry that chicken. You're gonna flour it and fry it. No, but you can get it somewhat. It'll never get crispy on the grill or smoker. I promise you. I've tried. Now, can you smoke it and then put it over in some cast iron with a little bit of oil and then crisp the skin? Yeah, you can do that.
And you can get it bite through.
You can get it bite through. You're never going to get crispy. That whole thing, that's a myth. But people say, I want crispy chicken skin on smoked chicken. It doesn't happen. It just doesn't
But I mean, and we laugh when I say flamethrower, but that's
Flamethrower
that's where it came about. Was in New York
it can't.
when we were smoking that chicken wings.
I don't know if that's
and then-
crispy, Craig, or crunchy.
It just
It's
depends
a
on
quick-
how hard
it's a
you
fine
hit it.
line there.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no, it works. You're right. You're right.
You
And
both.
char grilled chicken. You think about it. If you've ever had chicken, now, like grilled, old school grilled chicken, where you put it on a 2-zone fire and you brought it up slow, and then at the very end you put it over on top of the flames. You got the grill marks on it, and some of it's charry, some of it gets a little bit of a crunch to it, but the most of it still just bite through or something.
I'm gonna
You know,
get a burn on my chicken skin.
You're gonna get a
when I
burn
cook.
on
I
char,
love,
char.
yeah. I mean, you say
Yeah.
char, people will look at that chicken skin and say, "Oh, that's burnt." That's the way I want my chicken skin on.
It's like
my
a
chicken.
deep
Burn ass
caramelization.
Yeah,
That's what
it's
that's what Eddie
flavor.
Reed
That
says
is-
I cook.
Yeah,
I've one of those
be burnt.
boneless, skinless thighs a lot because it's my burn ass chicken.
Hey, Justin Bully wants to know why you don't have the Fear the Reaper jerky out, Craig.
You won't see that.
Craig won't eat it. I
No,
tried to bring it in here.
Look,
We've
look,
got,
I
Smart man.
respect my.
The get along little hoggy. There's a few little pieces left of that.
Well, you told me what the Reaper did to you.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I made a whole pack of it.
Yeah.
Tyler witnessed it. He ate a whole pack. I ate a whole pack.
And would you say a week, 2 weeks later?
No.
Yeah, lie.
There's no GI discomfort at all for
He was a man.
Whatever.
at least a half a month. I mean, it's going down. It's hot. It's super hot to me. I'm not a
It's
spicy
got to
guy.
be super hot.
Oh, it's another world coming out. It ain't even. It's beyond hot. You're hurt. You're begging for some. You need one of those donuts and like an ice pack or whatever. It is bad. I text Mark in the middle of the night one night and I said, "This is not. God have mercy on me. Why did I do that? I'm a fool.
Yeah, it's like roofing.
And it's not
tax,
the hottest thing. I mean, I've ate some hot stuff. I'm not a fan of hot stuff. It does burn. It hurts. It makes you sweat.
For about 15 minutes.
20 minutes to me. It's super hot, but the endorphins kick in. You're like, I got this. It feels good. It's like a rush. It really is a rush. And then you go about your business. You're through with it, and then about 12 hours later, you go, bloop, bloop. And I'm be like, I was like, what is that? I was eating good that day. Shell had me like a salad for lunch. I think we had a HelloFresh for dinner. I was like, something ain't bloop, bloop. And I was like, oh God. And then I was jacked up for 2 weeks. My stomach was not right.
That's
it hurt. It was, I paid for that, paid for it.
Oh, man.
And if you're going to do it, you're signing a release. And I don't care if you better drink you some Malanta, some stomach ulcer medicine.
I'm out.
Whatever. It is bad for you. You should not eat that much hot stuff.
Bring you a gallon of milk.
Team Royal Oak, Shannon. There you go.
Something's got to be.
I'm not into that. This right here, this is
get along, little hoggy.
Get along, little hoggy. I mean, you got pieces of bacon in here with like
a little bit of sugar.
I love all over.
A little bit of Texas spice.
I know I can eat a whole bunch of this, and I'm not going to have the consequences.
Well, your blood pressure's going to go through the roof.
But that's all right. I got medicine for that.
But just don't eat the. When we set out with this Reaper, it's a novelty. It's like people say I don't make anything hot, so I was going to Reaper them. Well, I said
you Reaper.
If you want to get a T-shirt, I Reaper. Well, you can't throw that. You can't lay the gauntlet out and not do it yourself.
Yeah, you can.
And so the whole thing was, if you eat a pack of it, you get a T-shirt. Well, I don't know if people should do it.
No, I've got enough T-shirts, man.
Yeah,
I'm good. I got
a bunch of Reaper T-shirts. If you're man enough, I've done it. So
Blake
Tyler's
asks, can grill grates help raise the temp on his old Holland grill?
They're not going to raise the temp, but they're going to hold the temp solid. Like if he's having his fight, if he's fighting it. I mean, I would, you can clip a grate to them and check and see, but they're aluminum, so they radiate heat really well, really even across it, and they're going to give you a better sear, even if your grill's only it's like a pellet grill. Pellet grill say it'll only get to 450 where the probe is. But it gets hot
Dwayne
grill.
I saw Dwayne.
Dwayne?
Saw Dwayne.
Rib Liquors.
Yeah, he said he's not making Memphis May this year. He's reopening.
Oh,
Rib Liquors.
no.
Oh, this makes me so sad. For real, I thought Dwayne would be there.
Yeah.
I did too. Anyway, we
got to go to Kentucky now.
Looks like
I'm thinking of him Saturday.
Road trip.
How do you get a good bark on a brisket? Wrap, no wrap?
Both.
Wrap.
Get the bark first.
Salt,
then
pepper.
figure out.
Yeah.
Salt, pepper. If you want to, get crazy, throw a little garlic in there. Get you some smoke on it and let it roll till it gets dark. I'm talking if you're running, 250 degrees, if you're on like a regular pit, if you're on a pellet pit, take it down even lower. 6 to 8 hours, you ought to have some good color on it. Wrap it up with some butcher paper. Finish it out till it's about 202. Start feeling on it. When it's soft, take it off, rest it. If you ain't got bark over that, something's wrong.
Yeah, and
it's time in the pit. That's what makes the bark.
And with Fergie, here, and watching him cook, and one of the best cooks that there is out there with a brisket and other things, he didn't even worry about the temp until he got that bark
color. Yeah, it's
and that color, how he wanted, and then he wrapped, and then he worried about the temp.
The problem I think, Craig, people have is they want to hurry something up.
Right.
You got to just sit back and let it develop. If you're going, you can't wake up on Saturday morning and say you want to cook brisket for lunch. You know what I mean? You got to give it time. It's a labor of love. That's what makes it so good.
I mean,
and brisket's challenging because it takes a while. You can cook a hot and fast brisket, but it's not near as good as when it's low and slow. Let the bark develop and all that.
But if somebody wants to eat something really fast and really quick, don't cook a brisket. Cook a hamburger.
Yeah,
that's right.
So it's just a different deal.
And don't cook a little brisket either. Get you a big brisket.
Yeah. You need to have leftover brisket.
You got to spend a lot of money on it. Buy you a choice packer, 13 to 15 pounds. Probably you can get one about $60 at the grocery store.
Tom asks, "Did you and Jolene get a divorce?"
No.
Is she just a jilted side piece now?
She is what you call a trophy woman.
Wouldn't let an alligator go on her. I know that.
He
freaking said, "No way, not gonna happen."
Put up She's just waiting on that right moment to come out one of these days.
Made Mark
she
bring
is
his
a
outlaw
trophy.
all the way over here.
I've got
Wasn't gonna
one.
put an
That,
alligator
hey,
on.
the one I'm cooking on Memphis in May, Miss Fancy. I'm giving her time to shine. She's like, I've been. I'm not even gonna say that. I was fixing to go somewhere I probably shouldn't.
Don't know.
I'm giving her shot. You know what I mean? We're gonna have that pole shined up. Let her see if she can get on it and twirl. Jolene's more
make
the
sure I'm
battle.
there.
Just keep back in the waitings.
Along with this same pattern, Jimmy must have been to the shop recently. He wants to know if that ball powder he's got at the shop is worth it. He almost got it yesterday because big guys sweat a lot.
Yep, it works. I mean, I give it to my son, and
Man, you gotta
Yeah,
have
it
that.
does.
But when it comes to, I don't even know.
Better
I
than
need-
Gold
I need to
Bond.
go.
Better
You
than
know-
Gold Bond.
You know, us
It's
guys.
getting to be ball guard season here in
you know,
Mississippi.
us guys that do
It's getting-
barbecue. I mean, you that needs to be a part of what you have to take care of your undercarriage.
Swamp
you all-
Ace
yeah,
is a real
You
thing.
need the Boudreaux's butt paste. I mean, you got that's next level. I mean, the
Next
paste
level.
to go under
Monkey
there.
butt powder,
Yeah.
ball guard,
Because
all of it.
you know,
What's the ones we have? Is it ball guard,
yeah,
the brand or whatever?
yeah. Ballsy is the brand.
Ballsy. Yeah.
Ball guard's the.
Hey, I've always been a Gold Bond man until I got turned on to new things, and I guess it's the millennial folk done showed me the light on some of this stuff.
Well, I mean, you sometimes just the powder itself
Don't
is
get it
not
done.
enough.
Well,
No.
You never know what talcum's going to do to you. I see all kinds of things about people getting lawsuits on some of this stuff.
Yeah.
I might be scared of Gold Bond,
Yeah, but
but the Ballsy works.
works. You got some great beard oil. there.
It got some beard oil too.
I mean,
If your beard gets dry, mine does. Mine pulls all the oil out of my face. I have to keep it moisturized.
Let me see. You got a question, Tyler?
Yep, Brandon Robertson. He says, "Do you prefer Royal Oak lump or briquettes in your drum?"
And
now in my drum, I do a combination of
Yeah.
both.
Really?
Yeah. I do a base layer of the briquettes and about halfway, and then about the other halfway up, I do the lump. And the lump it catches quicker. It's going to burn a little hotter. It's going to get your drum warmer.
so
quicker.
you've got the mullet of drum cooking going.
yeah, well,
Business on the bottom, party on
right,
the top. Is
right.
that what it is?
Let's mullet that bitch up, man. But yeah, the briquettes in the bottom, it's going to settle in. It's going to
Yeah.
hold the temperature a little longer.
It's more serious.
And,
It's a little lower temp than the lump.
How in the
It's
world?
ready to party.
How in the world do you make a 32 on your your ACT? It's just beyond me. This guy, by the way, made a 32 on his ACT.
Yeah, just last week too. I was just retaking it for fun.
Billy Madison, now you're in the 5th grade.
Retaking it for fun.
See if
How many
it's still
years
got
later?
his
30
egg.
years later. See if I still got it.
First
you
the
got
ACT,
it.
then
Turns out.
Memphis in May.
Yeah, that's right.
You got it. I don't know what it is, but you got it.
I was there the day after prom, just like everybody else, Craig. Just showed
Man,
up.
I was there physically.
Man, they let you take pencils and calculators and all kinds of stuff now. We didn't get to do all that when I took it.
Man, I wanted to take a pencil to my neck after morning after prom. It was rough.
No, I like in my drum, I mainly burn lump just because I can put it out and reuse it.
Yeah.
Briquette, it'll absorb moisture. So, if I'm just cooking once, I know
Mhm.
it's going to be a cook and I'm going to use every bit of it. I'll burn briquette just because it keeps the temps down, especially if I'm doing like butts or something, brisket, something
Right.
long. If I'm cooking and I'm wanting to get maximum value out of my charcoal, lump's the way to go. You can cut off the oxygen on that drum, put it out. I can shake the basket,
Yep.
throw a couple tumbleweeds in there, relight it. I'm good to go again.
Did that this week.
Yeah.
Did that this week.
That's my whole reason for using lump in them. And same thing goes for my egg too.
right. Do
Cl-
that with my Primo.
Cliff Ashley says, "I want to smoke a flat only. Should I inject it, and what temperature should I run it?"
If you inject it, I wouldn't get crazy. Maybe just some beef broth or something, beef base. But I would, I like cooking them. Start them out lower, 235, 250.
Right.
Get some color on them. When it gets up, it gets the color you want. Wrap it up, and then you can crank the heat up if you want to. 275, something like that. Finish it out. Take it to about 202.
Yep.
See if it's tender.
Yep.
Then rest it.
I'd watch that pellet grill video. It was like, because I mean,
If you're on a pellet grill, start out super low, man. That's my whole thing. Pellet grill brisket, man, it don't hurt to start them out at 190.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it low, let it smoke, let it work, let it put some, that's where you're getting your good flavor, your good smoke ring at those low temps. It might take it 8-10 hours on a pellet grill to get the bark you want. But you've held the temp so low, the internal's coming up slow. When you wrap it, it's still probably going to be about 165, 170. Then when you wrap it, crank the temp up and finish it off.
It's only going to enhance that flavor.
That's
the
right.
longer it cooks.
That's right.
Now, if you cook that brisket on a drum,
So roll through it.
you're going to roll through it. Yeah.
A drum, drums like to cook 275. That's just where mine do. That's just where they
that's my
like it.
sweet spot too. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'll start a brisket out on a drum, and I may start it out fat down. I may flip it in an hour or two, just get it kind of cooking even when the bark starts looking good. And it happens fast on a drum. 3.5 hours, 4 hours in on a drum brisket, you got the bark.
You got it.
Then you're wrapping, and then you're done in another 2 hours. So drums cook fast.
Right. And I like to use it too to open it on up, get it up to 350, and heck, I can bake a pie on that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jeff wants to know what's the one food you can't say no to.
Poncho's cheese dip. You ever had it?
I'm gonna say that
Poncho's cheese dip?
along with biscuits and sausage gravy.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Poncho's cheese dip.
Yeah, biscuits and sausage.
Dang,
Really?
You ever had Poncho's cheese dip, Tyler?
Oh,
Yeah.
live,
Damn,
dude.
Poncho's cheese dip. I'm addicted to it.
Dude, it's
What? You don't like it?
I mean, I do, but like I was telling y'all the other day, like if you just run by Taco Felix or La Siesta or wherever.
You like it better than Poncho's?
Oh,
Oh, it don't even, man, you put, okay.
Oh, no,
So I'll tell
come
you
on.
right now.
Come on,
You go to La
TikTok.
Siesta, best Mexican restaurant in Hernando. Go buy a large cheese dip. Take it home, put it in the
Wow.
refrigerator. Put it in the refrigerator for 2 days. You get it out, stick a chip in it, see what happens. You go get Poncho's cheese dip out of the refrigerator, it is ready to go. It'll never let you down. You can get it out at 12:30 at night after you've had a long day. Go in there, Poncho's cheese dip is ready.
Fair enough.
It's got
I
the
think
perfect balance of cumin,
Yeah.
cheese, nacho-iness.
I actually turned a guy.
I grew up
on
eating
to
Poncho's cheese dip.
Poncho's- I did too. At my hunting
You don't
camp,
like it?
he'd never had it before.
What? I've
And-
turned more people on Poncho's cheese dip than I have real.
I was just saying. I turned this buddy of mine on to Poncho's cheese dip.
I don't even get paid by
a
him. I
couple
just
months
love it.
ago,
Yeah.
and he every time he eats Poncho's cheese dip now, he sends me a picture of it, and he's like, "See what the hell you did."
But you know what?
you know
They have ruined it. They've changed the formulation and the label and the logo here lately, and
they
it's
did
not. It's not
within the last.
I know how to make it personally. I can make.
Well, I don't know the cheese
Starts with
dip.
Velveeta.
The cheese dip you made today, you need to make that every time you
that's
make
pretty
cheese
good
dip.
too.
I'll take that over anything. I don't care what
Really?
I said
It
about
was.
Better than Poncho's
cheese.
cheese dip.
It was.
I'm gonna tell you what. If y'all never tried Poncho's,
It was good.
no, I grew up calling it Poncho's green dressing. It's really like tropical.
Yes, I've had
That's the
very tangy,
next level
yeah,
stuff.
it
It's
is.
like a Mexican vinaigrette that's got the sweet, the vinegar, the savory, the cumin, the smokiness. I mean, it's got it all.
It's awesome. I know.
This is the most undervalued product they have. I think.
I'm gonna be looking for a Poncho's tomorrow after this.
I don't even know if there's any left. There's one in West Memphis.
One West Memphis.
One out on Summer, maybe.
That's not too far.
What is your go-to grill? Jason wants to know. For personal family cooks, no commercial, no big thing, just go-to
Man,
grill cooking.
Rubber kettle.
You know, if I'm gonna cook hot and
Really?
fast, it's gonna be my Primo ceramic.
Oh, yeah, really?
That Primo is awesome. Now, if
Primo.
I'm gonna cook chicken wings, which I do every week, I'm going to my drum.
Yeah.
I'm going to my short rib
I mean-
drum smoker every time. It's
For an
the
average
flavor,
person,
like-
I'm gonna tell them Weber kettle just because I want them to learn how to cook on a Weber kettle. I mean, I'll probably fire up a pellet grill just because I know how it rolls. But if I want charcoal flavor, I'm gonna fire up my kettle.
For
If
the
I wanna smoke
vortex?
something, I'll cook my drum. Yeah.
All right. This is another community pick question from Twitter. It's from Matthew Lutz. He wants to know, what are the top 3 rookie mistakes that y'all continuously see?
Hurry and stuff, not giving yourself enough time.
I almost said lack of patience.
Yeah,
I was
that's it.
getting
That's
that
it.
out
That's
when
it.
he said that. Lack of patience.
That's it.
Um,
Not using a good thermometer.
That's it.
Taking something off too early. I would think.
you got to have a good thermometer
Um,
because he's like I am. I'm sure he gets questions all the time. Somebody will say, "Hey, I've got a pork loin. When is it done?" Or you're like, "Well, how big is it?" Well, how hot are you going to cook it? There's a lot of elements, but if you tell them cook it to 165 internal temperature, that's when it's done. So you take out all the other
Equation.
equation
out the equation.
in the cooking of it. So have a good thermometer.
And let's see, one more question we get all the time is probably the equipment. I would say it's operator error. You know, you're
Getting to-
cooking on something that you don't really, you're just learning or something, and something's went wrong. Either hadn't got enough airflow, the fires went down, thermometer's not calibrated, you're not getting proper temps. Something's wrong somewhere in the equation. Because I mean, if you've got the proper temperature to cook at, and you've got a thermometer that you're cooking to a final temp, there's no way you can screw it up, and you're holding it and let it rest. That's
Cook
and
it
you
time
season
and
it however you want.
It's time and temperature.
Yeah.
It's how long you're going to cook it, to what temperature you're going to cook it.
And I think,
But it's hard to stress that because people cook on all different kinds of grills and
Know how
a
to
lot of
vent it.
variables you can screw up along the way.
Know how to vent it. Know how to properly, get it hot, get it cold.
Yeah.
Cool it down. So
Airflow,
that's it.
fire management, using a good coal.
I think
Alright.
people get too caught up in like the details.
Yeah.
I need to cook it for 2.5 hours instead
and
of
then
just
I'm wrapping.
learning.
Yeah, no, you cook the looks and
Yeah.
make sure it looks right.
It's more of a
And you take it
feel.
off. There's no guessing when to take something off. I mean, there's guessing and feel when you're say I take a brisket at 202 and I'm telling you to feel on it. It theoretically it's probably right at 202. That's why I say 202. You learn to feel and fine tuning it.
You stick that
But
thermometer in there.
it's
you
all
know.
about those target temps. Yeah.
And that's what it is.
So
I mean, for the longest time,
Cook the temperature.
I cooked with Poppy, and he didn't have a thermometer.
Yeah.
But he knew when he stuck his finger
That was
and he
probably
touched it
close to right.
in the give that piece of meat
Yeah.
had.
That comes from experience,
Yeah.
though.
He knew.
Comes from experience.
Right.
okay, so Brett Graven wants to know where did Craig get his inspiration for cooking? Was it from Miss Red at the Hernando High School cafeteria?
2-on-1 coming, Red. Yeah, it was always Miss Red. Always was getting those doubles. So yeah,
Did you
Brett,
get-
yeah,
What's the double fries, double pizza?
Yeah,
Or double,
and that's what they yelled from the back of the cafeteria line. I remember it. I can still hear it. And they would yell because Miss Red would keep the cash register, and
Lunch lady.
and they
Heck yeah.
yell from the back, 2-on-1 coming, Red. And I still say that to this day, Brett. I mean, I
2-on-1
do.
coming, Red.
2-on-1 coming, Red.
What does that mean?
That means that you got doubles.
Oh.
You got two of everything. So,
Yeah. Healthy eating, huh?
right.
And then
2-on-1 coming, Red. I like that.
Mike says the biggest rookie mistake is not tasting it before you throw it in front of somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can always doctor on the end.
But if you use Killer Hog products,
you ain't got to worry about
You ain't
that.
gotta worry.
Flavor's
You know
going to be right.
gonna be right.
Flavor's going to be right. Did you cook it right?
Have either of you used a hasty bake, and what are your thoughts on it?
I've never used a hasty bake.
Man, I'm gonna tell you.
It's like
You
the
ever used
original
one?
grill.
Here lately, I was at the State World Championships, and we have a lot of Team Royal Oak sponsored that are also Hasty Bake sponsored guys, and it was like Cosmo and Justin West and Dirk Mullins and Jody Harris and Roland Escobedo, all those folks that are like top steak cookers. They were all cooking on Hasty Bakes, and those grills are awesome. I mean, they're really good. They were using the tabletop smaller Hasty Bakes, and they
I've heard nothing but good stuff.
they ran
about
like
them.
champions. Yeah.
They're actually, I think they're older than Weber.
Oh, they really?
Yeah.
Hasty Bakes?
Yeah, I think so.
It's Oklahoma based company, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeah.
They've been around for a long time.
Right.
Would you go pellet grill or barrel? Kevin wants to know.
Or
He's watched you cook on both. It's hard to pick.
Man,
You gotta.
yeah, end result.
depends on what you want to do.
Yeah.
If you're wanting authentic, best barbecue flavor you can get, go drum.
Drum.
If you want easy, versatile, got more options of what you can cook on it, go pellet
pellet.
grill. But for the straight up smoker, man, it's hard to beat a pellet grill. I'll tell you what.
They're easy.
And they're inexpensive. You can build one. I mean, you can buy a kit.
yeah, those
Big
drums.
Papa Smoker sells a drum kit,
Yeah.
like $135. You can buy you a drum for around $20. So you got $155. Throw some paint in there, and you got you a really good smoker that you can go win a competition with.
And some of them don't even throw paint in there. They use
That's all.
El Natural.
Yeah, no, you roll it.
And but
I've got two fancy gateways that I own. They're $1,000 smokers. The one that's on my barbecue rig is a homemade 155-gallon Big Papa kit refurbished food grade drum, and it works. We've probably won. I don't know how much money you've won cooking chicken on that. Have you, Shell? It's a bunch.
I didn't even own one till up about a year ago, and I took a trip over to Texas, and buddy of mine, Justin West, made that Royal Oak drum for me from Short Rib Drum Smoking.
Yeah.
And man, I came back and I started cooking on it, and I was like, oh my gosh, this now I see what's going on here.
You can't duplicate the way meat juices, the fat renders and drips on the coals below it.
Right.
That's authentic, pure barbecue as it gets. Yeah.
And
now, is it great for grilling? No. Is it great for everything? No. But for what it does for like pit barbecue flavor, it's got it.
Well, it's got me cooking chicken wings on it.
Yeah.
Freaking week, man.
Hour and a half chicken wings on drum.
I tried
they get crispy.
going.
They get crispy. Flip them halfway after 45 minutes.
No doubt.
You run them dudes 325, 45 minutes, flip them 45 minutes, and they're rocking and rolling.
Boom. Boom. Drop the mic.
Yeah.
That's what I cook them, and that's how long I cook them.
Here's another community Q&A question. Damon Westjohn from the Facebook page wants to know, do you ever cold smoke? If you do, how did you do it?
What's up, Rick?
I do. In the wintertime, I'll do some cold smoking, and I've also done it when it's a little bit warmer springtime. Most of the time I'm doing cheese when I do it. So if I'm giving cheese as gifts or something, I'll cold smoke some. But I've done it a few ways. I put just a few coals like in my drum or in my old hickory or something like that, just enough to generate smoke. And I've used pellets just in a can to do it. But I've also kept my pellet grill low, like lows it'll go like 140, 150, and then built a pan, like an ice bath pan in a full-size pan and put a rack over it and put the cheese right over that. In the wintertime, hold it low too. That works.
What's up, Norris? Good goobly goo.
Do you have a version for a fast cook for pork ribs? And they turn out good.
I mean, you go back to the
fire.
drum. I cooked some pork ribs not too long ago, some St. Louis
Yeah,
ribs.
the drum will cook them fast.
Like 2 hours. I mean,
you can.
And
they're not as good as.
No, they're
rolling.
not, but
Yeah, they're good.
they were solid.
I mean, 3.5, 4 hours in ribs is fast to me. That's about the time frame I like to cook them in. Roll it 300, 325, go about an hour and 45 minutes, wrap them. Another hour, you're done. Glaze them, hold them a little bit, and then glaze them.
These I did at 2 hours. I never even wrapped.
You just let them rock and roll.
I just let them rock and roll.
You're grilling
About
ribs.
350. Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, they
No, it's nothing wrong with it.
came out.
They're good, and you can eat them.
And they had a good, that
Decent bite.
grill bark kind of on the
yeah,
outside.
yeah.
I mean, it's not what I'm going to do
Yeah.
more of, but I had to get them done in 2 hours, so they were good.
Can you smoke a turtle?
I'm sure you can. You can smoke anything.
Yeah. You can get that
I've
Dutch
never smoked
oven.
a turtle.
You can
I've
get
never
a
ate a
turtle.
turtle.
You can put it in that Dutch
Yeah,
oven.
I've never ate it. I've heard they've got like if you clean them right, they've got two little tenderloin. Or it's a piece of meat that's in there, about like turtle tenderloin on each side of it or something.
I've had
It's
a
really
lot
good.
of turtle soup.
I've never ate
A
it.
lot of turtle soup. Yeah.
If I'm eating turtle, I've got a problem.
Turtle soup is
What if
actually
it's
pretty
good?
I've still got problems. So.
Back to the Allen
Yeah.
question.
Yeah, I'm not going to discuss your
Yeah.
problems, but
I've got problems. Not that kind of problems. Probably financial or food problems. That's
I mean, I get questions about eating.
I've got some kind of problem. I probably.
Anyway,
Would you eat turtle?
Yeah.
Would you? Yeah, you'd love to.
right.
You'll eat if you'll eat mayonnaise and bananas, you'll eat anything.
Oh my God.
Turtle's nothing. Nothing. Put some mayonnaise and banana on it.
How do you make poor man burn ends? Daniel wants to know.
Cube up, go get a chuck roast and just cube it up into, bite-sized pieces and season it up like you would a brisket. Put them on there and get some smoke on them, and then put them over in a pan with a little au jus, maybe some barbecue sauce or either butter and a little brown sugar, and cover them, cook them till they're tender. Take them out of that, kind of dip them in sauce and reset that, and you're good to go.
Boom. That's how you do it.
How you feel about Jay dipping a rib in waffle batter?
I love it. I think it's going to be the next big thing at the fair at all the state fairs this
So
year.
we're going to have like a corn dog rib.
It is
that
that.
what
It's
this-
a pronto rib.
Pronto rib.
He took some ribs and cut them into one bone pieces and dunked it in waffle batter and deep fried it, and it comes out looking just like a pronto pup with its own handle.
I'd be all over that.
I'm telling you.
I mean, I went to I was in Texas cooking at the Houston Livestock and Rodeo one time, and they had the fair there. And I was like, I'm fixing to go over. I was telling the guys there, I was like, I'm fixing to go over to the fair and get me a pronto pup. And they were like, what the hell's a
Pronto
pronto
pup.
pup?
Everybody else
I was like,
what's a
do
pronto?
you
don't
not know what a
pup is?
pronto pup is? They were like,
Long
no.
damn business if you don't know what a corn
Yeah.
dog.
And I was like, it's a corn dog. They were, oh, we know
Yeah,
what
but
a
it's-
corn dog is.
Oh no, but if you
But
never,
we don't know what a
it's a
pronto
big difference in a corn dog and a pronto pup.
Yeah. Well, they had never even heard of
Yeah,
it.
no, if you hadn't had a pronto pup, ooh,
You ain't lived.
you live.
Huh.
Missing out.
I told him it'd change your life.
Yeah.
It's the real deal.
It is
No,
good.
look for that deep fried. I guess pronto ribs.
Pronto ribs.
All right, so I got one last question.
Is this almost over?
Oh,
It
yeah.
is.
Oh,
It
come
goes
on
by
now.
so
I mean,
fast.
We can keep this.
We can't sit here all night, Craig. We
Sure
have
we
to take
can.
bathing breaks every now and then.
It's going to turn into a sleep live stream.
Let's do a timeout and come back. You know, or something.
Time out. Let's go play a song or two. We could do.
You'll never find love quite like mine.
Are y'all going to Windy City Smokeout?
I
Very
am,
cool.
but he is not.
No,
I
is
invited
that
him,
When is
but
that?
he's got something. He's got to go fishing. Or
We're going to Dolphin Island.
something.
We're going,
Oh,
we're going
oh.
deep sea fishing.
It's in July.
It's snapper season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like the second week of July.
He's been invited. but-
We're going to be. I'm going to be out testing the waters.
Had a barbecue right
Seeing-
R&D.
Yeah. Last year I had two good trips. I had one bad trip, one trip that I would never swear I'd go back on the water last year, and then
I heard
had
about
one
that.
really great trip. So I'm hoping this one's a really great one. But it's I mean it's not that snap. Turns out they've been undercounting the red snappers in the Gulf.
Really?
They're making it's going to be on this year.
It's
You know,
fun.
yeah, and it's they've discovered that there's way more numbers than they were counting on the artificial reef. So
opening
snapper
up,
season's going to be wide open.
and you gonna be wide open.
I'm
with
gonna be wide open too.
Awesome.
All right,
Yeah.
guys. Well, that wraps up our
Hey.
questions segment.
That's it, man.
I
We had
mean,
a great
you know,
time.
Hey, I enjoyed this.
Craig?
Remember, you can find me on Instagram
It's
at
prompting.
the BBQ Ninja,
What?
and
That's it.
on Facebook, the Barbecue Ninja, the BBQ Ninja, and
At Memphis and May, wandering around representing
yeah,
Royal Oak.
I'll be Corporate Craig.
That's
you know,
right.
so everybody go Ninja. I'm like Corporate Craig. But man, I want to thank you and Shell and TikTok Tyler for having me here.
We're gonna make you a
Um,
regular thing, Craig.
Well, hey, you should be careful what you ask for. That's all I can tell you, because
it ain't far from Cleveland.
it
to
is
here.
not far from Cleveland. I can get here, and I can get here quick, and to let you know, I'm always here for y'all.
I appreciate you, brother.
anything you ever need.
All right. Well, hey, we enjoyed it. Shell, where can they find us? If they don't know.
If you'd like to connect with Malcolm, it's HowToBBQRight on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and of course YouTube.
That's right.
You text me, I'll give you his personal phone number.
Tyler, you gonna take us out? Cheers, everybody. We had a great time, and we'll do it again next month.
Much love.
See y'all later.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us.
Malcolm and